Passion for Collecting is the official podcast of Collector Archive Services. Visit collectorarchive.com. We grade and preserve your collectible toys, video games, sports memorabilia, and packaged trading cards.
Corner, for those of you guys who don't know, we take a look at a list of some of the highest priced sales of a certain segment in the collecting hobby. This one happens to be the top highest wax box sales for 2022 thus far, right? According to eBay, is that where?
Right. So these are eBay sales this year to date.
Okay.
2022.
Cool.
All right. Well, as of a week ago, I didn't update it. I did it last week.
All right. Well, Anthony, you put together a list, so I'll go ahead and let you call it down. So where are we starting? What's top
so these
five,
are
right?
Top five. Yeah. All right. So
let it rip.
So number 5 on the list is a 1960 Leaf Baseball second series box. It's a baseball card exchange. It was listed for a buy it now of $18,500, and it was a best offer. It sold for just below that, $18,400. And we looked up a little bit about this set. It looks like it's pretty unique. It didn't come with gum or candy. It was actually packed with marbles. Which I'm sure did
a disaster waiting to happen, isn't it?
It did a number on the cards, yeah. Some other notable features is they weren't referred to as baseball cards, but baseball photos. And just doing a quick search, we found that probably the highest priced or most valuable cards from that year was Orlando Cepeda and Cepeda, and George Anderson. So,
Sparky, and that would have been an early.
All right, so the rest of the list here happen to be boxes that appeared in our Investors Corner, which is what we're calling it today, 1 year ago, in May of 2021. So it's going to be interesting to see how these prices fared back then compared to now.
March, April, May of 2021. I mean, sports cards are hot right now, but they were silly a year ago.
So number 4 is a 1974 Topps Baseball wax box. It's baseball card exchanged, and it's sold for a buy it now of $18,495.95.
Kind of crazy because there's no good players in that set.
No good rookies that year, right? Not even one.
One guy. Nobody's ever really heard of him, right? Some David something. I don't know.
Yeah, Winnie. We'll call him Winnie. So last year, May of 2021, that box actually sold for less. It was also a baseball card exchange wrapped. It was just under $18,000, $17,750. So that actually went up in price year over year. And yeah, as you're alluding to, the big card in that set is the Dave Winfield rookie card, which at the time was going at a PSA 10 for $43,000. On average. Right. And I looked at some recent Winfield rookie card sales. Looks like a PSA 10 went just after that podcast for $28,800. So a big dip after the spring. All right, so number 3. This is one that we saw a year ago. It's a 1985 Garbage Pail Kids first series. Again, baseball card exchange. Sold for a buy it now of $25,000. This also went up compared to last year. Last year was not baseball card exchange wrapped, and went for $20,000. So I guess that gives it a little bit more credibility, right? It was not raw, but
yeah, it's weird because
authenticated.
Yeah. I mean, I guess people could search for Adam Bomb rookie.
Yeah.
Non-sports, I mean, are a lot of fun. It's very, very interesting to see them hit those kind of prices.
You bring up Adam Bomb, and we looked at the prices for PSA 10s on him. And you bring up Adam Bomb, and we looked at the prices for PSA 10s on him and Nasty Nick, which are the higher priced.
Nasty Nick being number 1 in the set, correct? Is that
right? Yeah. There was a huge dip in these individual cards. So you look at PSA 10s a year ago. Nasty Nick was $27,500 was a recent sale at the time. Adam Bomb $30,000. I looked up recently A Nasty Nick went for just under 18,000. So a dip of about $10,000 on eBay. And Adam Bomb went for just under 8,000. So a huge
Wow.
huge
Wow.
dip in price. Yeah,
That's very interesting.
yeah. Something about spring of last year, right? Where
Yeah, I mean, basically, people were buying what you would consider to be grails, right? And that would be like the number one card out of those sets.
yeah.
Um, I don't know. Still might be worth picking something up if you get something affordably, because I kind of see people, sheltering investments in these cards. So
So
very
those
interesting.
those particular, I'm not familiar with Garbage Pail too much. To your knowledge, guys, that Adam Bomb and Nasty Nick, were that was more about popularity or scarcity, that their value is just up through the
So
roof?
two separate reasons. Nasty Nick was number one in the set. So as you know, even with sports cards, number one in a set always usually commands a value, because depending on how they're stored, they usually take damage more so than any other card in the set. So the first card and the last card in the set, typically, if they're rubber banded together or however you store them, usually takes the hit. Adam Bomb is different because his likeness was featured on the cover art for a very very long time, not only series one but all throughout. So like the one you're looking for, the one that the really the card that you associate with Garbage Pail Kids the most is Adam Bomb.
Adam Bomb. It's
So
it's like the face of the series,
yeah.
right? Okay, so number two is a 1986 Fleer basketball wax box. And this is surprising because we've always thought that this would always end up being number one in
Yes.
any list that we did, but it's not. It's actually number two, and we'll see by a slim margin. And so this is described as new and factory sealed, but it is not baseball card exchange wrapped. And this sold in an open auction for $25,100, 94 bids. And this is a huge difference compared to last year. The one that we looked at last year was $110,000. It was baseball card exchange wrapped, but still, I mean, 25% of what it was a year ago.
It's the baseball card exchange wrap part that makes all the difference in the world.
Okay.
So you're looking at, those packs are thousands of dollars per pack. There are 36 packs in a box. There's only like 160 some cards in the set. You probably can pull up to 3 Jordans per box. But the thing about Fleer is really, really, really well known for having their items be like in a pattern, right? So when you're buying and spending a lot of money on those things, you'd like to see it being pulled from a sealed case. You like to see really good distribution, because there you can take and press on the front of those packs. You can see who's on the front of the card or on the front of the pack, and you can tell who's going to be in the rest of the pack just based on who's on the front.
Mm-hmm.
So
but if they're baseball card exchange wrap, they could still be searched the box though, right? So
yeah, so there was Steve Hart is an icon in the unopened industry, and he talks about certain things you look for in a presumably unsearched pack.
Oh, okay.
In an unsearched box. He said, the way that the gum lays in the pack usually is pretty consistent. He said there's going to be kind of a lean to the packs based on where the gum is and them stacked on top of each other. He said there are certain tells that that he looks for to see if it looks like it's been not searched. But the best way to buy anything like that would be from a sealed case, and sealed cases go for in the millions. But because it's so easy to tell, even if you get a pack that's unsearched, depending on who's on the front of that pack, there's a very good chance that you know who's in the rest of that pack based on just who's on the front. So even if it's an unsearched pack, people know whether they have Jordans in them or not. It's
so,
sort of a.
So Chris, I think for the average listener here, so for those 86, because every box you buy now and for a long time, you're cellophane wrapped, factory sealed, right? So what you're saying is 86 Fleer, the case, which I guess would be in a cardboard box, would be sealed, and you would know it would be sealed.
Yeah.
But the actual, once you open up that case, those actual boxes, those are not cellophane sealed, right? And that's the point about it being so difficult to kind of price, I guess, right?
Yeah. So two things. So yeah, so if it's not out of a sealed, so a sealed case is the best one. Because you open that up, the BBC wraps that box. You know that those packs were never searched at all. And then you get one that maybe is from at least a complete box. So somebody bought that box out of a sealed case but hasn't tampered with it, and visually, there are some clues that you look for. It's not foolproof, but there are some clues you look for that can tell whether or not those packs had individually been pulled out and been rifled through, right? But then your third tier down would be packs that have been rifled through, and somebody may be able to, so let's say back in the day, so when I was collecting back in the 90s, packs of those were $200 a pack. Still a lot of money back then, but $200 a pack. But somebody could have conceivably at that point in time had 10 boxes, right? And they can go and they can look at and find all the players on the top that would lead to a Jordan, set those all aside, and then go ahead and complete boxes with packs that they assume don't have Jordans and sell that as it is. But
Right.
now instead of getting 3 Jordans out of a box, you're gonna get 0 out of a box, and that
Right.
changes the dynamic of what those are worth
Right.
by a long shot. Yeah.
Interesting. Yep.
And speaking of Jordan, so as we're talking about, the big card in this set obviously is the Michael Jordan rookie card. Last year, recent sales at the time, a PSA 10 Jordan rookie were going for if not $500,000, even more. There was a recent eBay sale at $456,000. You mentioned in that episode there was a golden auction piece that went for $750,000. The most recent that I could find was a PSA 10 that sold this month, early May of 2022, for $310,000. So that is dipped as well. Still a lot of money for a card, but not the banana prices that they were back then. Yeah, crazy.
Imagine spending $700,000 on something and having it, cut more than in half.
Yeah.
But conversely, I always use this, and it's just like a, woulda, coulda, shoulda. So before the market exploded with COVID, a PSA 10 Jordan was a $60,000 card. So,
wow.
So you're looking.
No, you're still up. You're
5X,
still up.
Yeah, 5x value. So long as you bought it, prior to. So.
All right, and now number one. This is great. This is great because not only it's different than 86 Fleer, but something about the piece. So number one on the list, 1985. So it's a repeat. 1985 Garbage Pail Kids, first series, not baseball card exchanged, but graded by Collector Archive Services. Chris, have you heard of Collector Archive Services?
So they're like AFA, but better, right? That's what
I've
heard.
Right.
Yeah,
yep. Absolutely. They have a podcast. So it was originally listed at $34,999.99, and it sold for a best offer of $28,500, and it was a CAS 70 plus on the grade.
Yeah. Outstanding. That's very, very interesting.
Isn't that cool? The number one most expensive wax box sold thus far this year was CAS graded. That's great. And it wasn't 86 Fleer.
Yeah.
Basketball.
Yay. Go.
And Kevin, you have a rack pack that's graded by CAS, don't you?
Yes. Actually, same year, believe it or not. Yep.
Oh, there you go. And that's something that you brought up, Chris. I mean, these are awesome, especially if there's stars on the front. How do you display something like that, right?
Rack packs. I mean, they were designed typically to be hung vertically. So similar to that. And if you notice, like in Kevin's pack, the hanger tab has been ripped. So there would be no really good way to display that otherwise. When CAS goes ahead and grades it, you actually have a way of spreading them out, letting them be seen for all the glory. Front, you can see the front and the back, and if there is a star player on there, you can display it outright. I had mentioned to you guys earlier off air, I have a 87 Don Ross, Mark McGuire rated rookie, a rack pack with him on front. One of my favorite players. It's a really cool, iconic card, and I can't wait to have that on display in my office.
And these rack packs are not sold anymore.
No.
These are iconic for so many collectors that when they look back on their childhood, the fact that now you can encase these, and obviously it's just so well done by CAS, but
Right.
you can't buy rack packs today. They don't sell them.
Nope. Nope. It's a forgotten art.
And going back to a previous discussion, it was only kids that did that back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
You
Yeah.
wouldn't have
Yeah.
50-year-old men looking through them.
You mean like 50-year-old men that have like shelves and shelves of Star Wars figures behind them? Is that what you're saying?
We don't judge here. This is the judgment-free zone.
All right, folks. So as always, we like to end our show with our 2 cents, right? And we asked Kevin if there's something that he'd like to share for our 2 cents. What do you got for us, Kev?
Well, it's funny. In a YouTube video, you had asked about my Holy Grail, a card that I would really want to get. And, we talked about the 86 Michael Jordan. And this is a card that I've had that I actually, picked out of a pack, and I've had all these years. And it's a relatively popular one from the early years. Fleer, it's a
Fleer, yeah.
88 Fleer Jordan All-Star card, and it's this iconic picture of him flying through the air that they ended up having a company called Nike slapping on shorts and shirts, made billions of dollars. But
the Jumpman,
so
logo.
This is raw. I mean, I don't know what it would be graded at. I've still to this day not graded any cards.
That's a slam dunk contest, right? That's slam
dunk.
When you jump from the foul line. Yeah.
So this is a Fleer All-Star Team Michael Jordan 1988 Fleer. And of all the cards I think that I have, this is up there at the top. So that's something that's pretty cool, because I originally got it back in a pack way back when.
Awesome.
Cool. And that was actually a really cool set that Scottie Pippen's rookie year. So, Michael Jordan had a sticker card, had the All-Star card, it had his regular card, and Scottie Pippen made his debut, and that was the beginning of the Bulls dynasty.
Hey, Chris, is there anything you don't know?
There's a game
except
show.
for what year the Buck Rogers uranium 235 pistol was manufactured. Other than that, is there anything you don't
Kevin
know?
O'Keefe is the reigning champion.
Apparently, there's somebody out there that knows more than Chris.
I bow to the master at that one, that's for sure. So, well, very cool. We appreciate all for listening, and we enjoy doing this podcast. We appreciate all of our fans that do tune in, and hopefully we get more and more each time. And until next time, let's thank Kevin for coming on for sure.
Yeah, thanks for coming on, Kevin. This is a whole lot of fun.
Being such a good sport, he won a prize the last time we played our YouTube game, and for that he was punished. So
there you go. There's the prize from the last time.
That is
Mando.
a nice piece. So yeah, he was a winner, and he's a winner again, and now reigning champion of What Does CAS Know. So thank you for coming on. And thank you everybody for listening. Until next time, keep collecting.
My friends.
My friends.